we're now joined by political analyst and observer Wilker Dias, and he joins us now via our video link. Wilker, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I mean, let's start off here. We've now seen the border to South Africa being partially reopened. What is the situation as we speak in Mozambique?
Good evening. Thank you for this opportunity. And at the border of Ressano Garcia, inside of Mozambique, created the big negative impact in our economy. For example, you need to know, per day, Mozambique lost more than 1 billion meticais on this border. And this affects also to our basic economy, because the most part of the products of the first necessary in Mozambique, like tomatoes and etc., coming from South Africa. So if we don't have that products, maybe it created some problems in our local market. But Mozambique needs right now at this moment to find other solution, because if that situation continue for the more days, maybe will affect this festive time first in this time when we see here in Mozambique. But I think is affecting also to the local economy in South Africa, in the border, in the Komati port and etc. And maybe we have some other type of problems inside of this sector.
And perhaps if you can just give us a bit of insight. I mean, you are in Mozambique. When it comes to the tensions, are they still ongoing? Are people still protesting this evening?
No, this evening, no. The situation still calm, and the people maybe need to have the new information about the protest or the leader of the opposition, Mr. Venancio Mondlane. After Mr. Venancio Mondlane said something about the next step, maybe the people take some decision about it, because the last stage of that protest was finished yesterday. So today it's a calm day. We're living a calm day. The people try to return to work, try to return to the normal activities. But one thing is important to say is the most part of Mozambican people, for example, if when they have received that information about the border and some parts of our economic sector here in Mozambique said we have very lost. We lost too much money at this process. The most part of Mozambican people said this is not mattered. What is mattered right now is the justice and the transparency inside of that all electoral process.
Yeah, and speaking about these elections and this post-election violence that we are currently seeing coming out from Mozambique, what do you as Mozambicans make of the current violence stemming from the results of the October 9 elections?
It's important to say the violence it's not the part of the population. The violence is the part from the police, the local police, because it's the local police will start with that all violence in this protest. Because in the first step, all the process here in Mozambique is a pacific protest, but that reaction of the people is the one consequence of the action of the police in the ground, when you use the real bullets, when you put the people in the jail and etc. So this is the one of consequence of this. So in the border is the one example, but we saw in the other parts of Mozambique. For example, in Nampula, the members, the people, 100 people put a fire in the delegation of the Limo party in Nampula. We have the same thing in Maputo. We have the same movement in the other part. But this is a one reaction of the position of the police or the defense on this sector.
And as this violence continues and people express their unhappiness with the results of the elections, would you say that the elections were transparent? Are these protests warranted by the people of Mozambique?
The people in Mozambique have reason to do that protest because it's not the first time we see that protest, that problems in our election or our local election. We have more than 30 years of the democracy here in Mozambique, but we saw the same thing all years when we have the election. We don't have capacity to organize dual elections. We don't have a capacity to see some movements. The only thing we have a capacity to see it's the benefits from one party and that benefit for one party the people see, and he didn't agree with these all things. And today we have the social media, and with the social media you show all things what happened. So this is the one consequence of that all years of the absence of the organization in our national commission, but also for the government about the things or about the subject, who the people want to hear, or what the people want the government do at this whole process. So this is the one consequence, and maybe if the government don't have capacity to solve that problem now, the people will wait, and after maybe 1 years, when have one opportunity to do the same thing, maybe we saw the worst situation here in Mozambique.
And Wilker, we do know that the SADC Troika is expected to take place on the 20th of November this month. And as the SADC leaders meet, how would you like for them to deal with what's taking place in Mozambique?
I don't have any faith with that meeting from SADC for one simple reason. Why is it possible to have one president who convoked that meeting, and at the same time that president congratulated the candidate from Frelimo on one time, when the Frelimo party said to people here to take care, because we need the constitutional court to validate that results. So I think this is a big fault the President Mnangagwa are make at this process. And it's like other organization here in Africa. We submit, for example, all atrocities we saw here in Mozambique for the African Commission of Human Rights and People, but he didn't say nothing about that whole process. We send files, we send pictures or videos and etc., but he didn't think about it. The same, we have only one press release from the African Union, and after that we don't have any information. Right now from SADC, I don't have a faith he can solve our problem. I think the only solution is on the hand of the government, the hand of the Frelimo party, and the hand of the Mozambican people.
All right, Wilker, thank you so much for your time this evening. That is political analyst and observer Wilker Dias there, talking about the situation in Mozambique, of course, saying that calm has since been restored to Mozambique, and also saying that the upcoming SADC Troika meeting, saying that as Mozambicans, he has no faith in that meeting, that they will try and find a resolution to the issues facing the people of Mozambique.